Hello, here's a quick informal video about how to automatically send receipts from Payment 360 using baked-in functionality around workflow rules and email templates. So from an opportunity or from anywhere, it works off of the transaction object. For this demo, what we're going to do is process a transaction using our virtual terminal. We're going to charge Mark Benioff here from a new credit card. So we're going to put in a test card number, and we're going to put in, Mark Benioff. Now the email address that you put here is where the email is going to get sent for the receipt. Great software demos. Okay. Just put a date in the future for our test card. Now the description I put here is also what's going to show in the receipt. So I'm going to put receipt test description. We'll put in the amounts, and we'll go ahead and capture right away. So what we've built in as of version 2.3 going forward, there's a lot of new fields that are on the transaction object in the background that are actually populating a new email template that we've built. Some of the fields are here, like the description, the currency, the amount. Now what happened is that you can see my Gmail. This actually automatically sent me an email. So some basic fields in here are like the transaction ID, the date, the description, some information about the card that was added. And you'll notice that there's no image here. So this is a text template. We have actually included both an HTML template and a text template. If you want to use the HTML template, there is an image that's included as a placeholder about where to put that. And you'll see the broken image here. If you look at the HTML and you want to see the field, there's a formula field on the transaction object called the payment gateway URL. If all you have to do is go to the payment gateway object to the specific gateway that you're using for that transaction and populate the logo URL field, and then your image will be brought in automatically with a URL there. But basically, to just turn on and use the receipt sending functionality, there are two included workflow rules. So if you just go to setup and then you go to create and then your workflow rules, or you can just type in workflow from quick find, then you can see you have your HTML or your text-based workflow rules. So if I look at the text-based workflow rule, all you have to do is click activate and you're done. If you want to do some customizations, what this is actually filtering on, when a transaction is successful with Payment 360, the transaction status is completed and the payment status is either captured or partially captured. And that is a successful charge, automatically sends the email. The email alert then sends the email to the email address that was entered from the payment method billing email field. You saw me enter that into virtual terminal. We have a trigger that fires to actually populate a new email field on the transaction object with the value of that payment method. So basically, as long as you enter a billing email on the payment method, it'll insert into the transaction. If it's null and you want to set that directly on the transaction using any other kind of logic you can, it'll just send to the email address populated in the payment method billing email. And then to have it send from a different address, you can change the from address here. And to look at some of the fields we use in the template, we'll go ahead and do edit here real fast. You'll see we included some basics. So it's sending from your organization name as the merchant. We put in the amount, and we also put in the currency ISO, the description, process date, name. These other fields here, you'll notice they all say the word payment method, but they're all on transaction fields. We actually created new fields in the package to store all these values on the transaction object. So your workflow rule only has to reference fields from the transaction object. These fields are all populated from the payment method to make it simple for admins to use basic email templates here. And the email sends from the payment method billing email that's part of the address. So that's it. If you have any questions, shoot us an email, support at blackthorn.io. Thanks.